Hi guys, it's Kara and I'm here today to share my current planners with you guys and show you how I am using some of the Studio L2e stamps to create some what I'm calling portable planning tools that I can use with each of these planners. So I'm going to start with this one. This is that Bando planner that I've showed you before. This is the current one that I'm using for all of my personal stuff. I actually just started using it last week if I remember correctly. And I showed this to you in a different video. You can see some of the pages are filled in now. I'm really not using this as much of a planner at the moment because my mother's visiting. So since I'm on vacation, I'm really just jotting down a lot of the things that we are doing, okay? But down the road, I do want to use this to do kind of more typical planning. But as you can see, you know, it's a smaller planner, and there are some things that if I were using a larger planner like my Inkwell Press planner, I would put them in the planner. In here, I don't want to do all of that. So I've had to come up with something that I'm calling portable planning. And what I did, because I have an abundance of Project Life cards, I grabbed some of those, grabbed a ton of my Studio L2e stamp sets, and decided to make some checklists to kind of help me out. So one of the things I did was I created some little chore lists. So for me, because as I've mentioned, I don't have any kids in the home right now, it's just me and my husband, the weekly chores don't have to be quite as scheduled. They're a little bit looser, and we're not making obviously quite as much mess as when you have two kids in the house. So what I did is I created a couple different kinds of checklists, one with the date here and one without, that are just a little list of things that I typically do on a weekly basis. And this just gives me a little reminder and kind of lets me know when the last time was that I did it. So I used all of different icons, a few different sets here. This indicates this little cart would be grocery shopping, cleaning the floors, laundry, doing dishes, and this would be dusting, cleaning counters, things like that, and then garbage. So I did them in a couple different ways as far as the date goes, just to see if I liked it that way, and I'm going to give that a try. And my intentions with these would be I would take one, and whatever week I happen to be on, and I'm just going to pick a blank one, I'm just basically going to put this in here on this week, maybe using a little washi, maybe using a little paper clip, whichever, and I would leave it here until either I finished the list or it went to the next week. And if I didn't finish everything, then I would basically just pick it up, turn the page, and put it in the next list. And then when it was all done, I would more than likely toss this list. This isn't something I'm too worried about. I have a ton of these cards and I want to be able to use them, okay? And as I said, I'm not a Project Lifer, so that's one way to get it done. So I went ahead and made a few other lists. I did one for meals. So I have a couple different options. If I wanted a meal plan for a solid week, I did that. And then I also just did a little list that doesn't have any days of the week. I kind of like the idea more so of just planning enough meals to have 6 or 7, you know, with all of the ingredients in the fridge and freezer and pantry, so that I know, you know, if I don't want what I had planned on Tuesday, I have all these different things that I could cook. The other nice thing about this is that my husband and I kind of don't always have very definite plans for meals. So if we decide we're not going to eat at home, we're going to go out, this little running list tells me kind of all the things that I have. And of course, I could do it on both sides and make it a longer list if I wanted to. So that's another option. Then I did some lists that have kind of longer things on them, things that are going to take me a little bit of time. These are things that are not only like bigger cleaning chores, but a little bit of household kind of renovation as far as like painting and all of that kind of stuff. So for example, here I have kitchen, living room, and bathroom. And using the kitchen as an example, the goal here is I want to downsize because I have a lot of stuff from when I had kids that I don't necessarily need. And this just gives me lots of different lists, you know, going through all the dishes and tossing those that are cracked, going through the pots and pans, keeping only the ones we'll use, etc. The downstairs guest bathroom, I want to do things like remove the wallpaper border, paint, lots of cleaning chores, things like that. So these are kind of more long-lasting lists that'll be with me for a while, because I don't intend to do these, you know, all at one time or anytime too soon. And the nice things about these is that when I'm cleaning, I can keep this little list kind of on the counter, you know, in the area that I'm cleaning, and not my planner, so I don't have to worry about my planner getting messy or, you know, wet because I'm cleaning that kind of stuff. So I like the portability with those. Then I have an order list. This is things that I've ordered and that haven't come yet. Some stickers, and then I pre-ordered a Color Crush A5 planner, so I have that coming, I think, in September. I have a little wish list that I've done of other things that I would like to get. And then I have a couple little lists that I'm calling me time. And these are things that I'm going to write down because I have been really terrible about getting started back into crafting. And there's a lot of things I want to start trying to do. More mixed media, art journaling, painting, sketching, things like that. And I'm horrible at pinning tons and tons of ideas on Pinterest and never doing anything with them. So I thought what I would do with these is I would take kind of like the 5 of each category that I have on Pinterest that I really want to do or really want to try, whether it's a technique or whatever, and put them on here and kind of put them in my journal and get started on them. I'm hoping that having them on a list that I can see and that I can check off when I do will inspire me a little bit. So there are all of the lists that I came up with for right now for this little planner. And basically what I'm doing, you guys saw the ones that I'm not using currently that are not paper clipped or washi taped to a particular week. I'm just going to open up the back. This little planner has a nice little pocket. I already have some stickers in here. I'm just going to put these in here and close it up with the elastic band. And it's a nice little portable option for me to have those cards in there to use and easily access. Okay, so that's one of my portable planning tools. The other one I came up with for this new planner that I got, this is the Day Designer planner that you can find at a lot of Targets. I actually didn't find mine at a Target. I found it online from Blue Skies. They are, I think, the company that created this, along with the designer of the Day Designer itself. It's a great planner. It has a monthly view, okay, and then the days of the week, Monday through Friday, each have their own full page. In case you guys haven't seen this, I'll show it to you really quick. It's got your schedule, it's got to-dos, it's got notes, gratitude, tonight, a quote, things like that. And then the weekends are on one page together, like that. Gives you a little bit of a view, okay? I'm not real interested in the weekends because I had bought this particular planner for work. I recently was temporarily reassigned to a job that requires me to supervise some staff, and I just needed more room to write things down. So that's why I went ahead and got this. It was really inexpensive. I want to say it's 25-ish. I can't remember. But because I leave it at work normally, it doesn't really, give me much time to kind of plan and decorate at home, because it's something that I really use mostly when I'm at work. But I wanted to have a little bit of color and a little bit of cuteness in there. So I took one of the sets of labels, stickers that we were sent with this last new release from Studio L2e. And I took some different stamp sets and I stamped a whole bunch of things on here that I would be able to use at work. So for example, I have training and waiting on, personal day. If you flip it around, I have sick day, urgent, things like that. I stamped it that way because I wanted one side of the little banner to be on, a particular side. I have follow-up over here. I took a variety of icons that I'm going to use. This will show me one of the staff that I'm supervising has a birthday coming up, if I need to make a particular phone call, if I need to send an email, if there's something I can't forget, or if there's something that is completed that I followed up on. I can use all of those to kind of show that in the planner. And then on this page, I did meetings, quite a bit of meetings, and then because I also train, I sometimes do assessments, so I put assessment down there. I made some little kind of like bullet points for some things in the planner. I did some with the stars, some without, and then all of these little things with this little icon. This was in, I think it's in both the teacher plans and the back to school, and I'm sure it's something like a conference or talking to a student. You could interpret it either way, but I'm looking at it as having a one-on-one meeting with someone, and because I'm supervising, I thought that would be perfect. So I have all of these stamped up and ready to go. You can see that they're really gorgeous colors, and I'm simply going to keep them in the planner with the little cute paper clip, and whenever I need them, I will just put them on one of these little things, and it'll actually kind of jazz up the planner a little bit, but I'll have it right there with me at work. And then of course, when I get low on these particular stickers, I will pull out some more and stamp some more up and be all ready to go. So that's another portable planning tool that I think will be really useful for me. So what I wanted to do now is just kind of go over the stamp sets that I use, because I did use a variety. Typically, unless I'm really focusing on one stamp set, I pull out a ton when I do this kind of stuff and use quite a few of them. So for example, I used some stamp sets from Planet. I used these, I used a few of the words. That's one of my favorite go-to older stamp sets. I used some of the icons in the Iconic set, another favorite of mine. I used some of the words in work plans. You can see like sick day, follow-up, urgent, things like that were all used from that stamp set. Then I used some from two of the new releases this month, Back to School and the teacher plans. So there's that great little one that I showed you before. Love that. And then I used this one, and I love the little finger with the string tied around it. Used that. Also used meeting and assessment on this one. So kind of keep in mind, guys, when you're looking at these stamp sets, you know, like these two, for example, were designed for school activities, but they can be used for other things. You can kind of reinterpret them and use them differently. I also used the flag builder set and creative plans. This is one of my favorite ones. I use labels and tag sentiments. These little days of the week at the bottom are great. I actually used one little icon from Garden Plans, which was that little spray bottle. And then I used the Woo Woo alphabet to create meals on top of those little cards that I created for meal planning. So as you can see, I used a whole bunch, had a ton of fun, and I think I created some pretty useful tools for when I'm kind of planning and I don't necessarily either want it in the planner or I don't want to pull out all of my stamps right then and there, especially like when I'm at work. That's really not all that doable. If you guys have any questions about any of the things that I did, please let me know. Hopefully you can kind of tell I'm filming in a little bit of a different angle. I'm sitting at my desk right in front of a window. You can kind of see some natural light coming in my blinds right here. Hopefully you guys like that. I'm hoping that works out because I rearranged my room. And I think that's it for today, guys. Once again, if you have any questions, please let me know. And as always, I hope you're having a great day wherever you're at. Bye, everybody.